Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I'm one of your hosts on this wonderful show, MattyBets, joined in part, hand in hand, partner in crime by my co-host.
BigAL Bettor. Welcome to the show, people.
Welcome to the show indeed. Now, I know a lot of you might be expecting us to do a recap of, how the games went. I guess earlier today I was about to say yesterday, but we're recording this obviously the night of the games. The games just ended. We would normally go into and talk about them and stuff like that, but we're actually going to do something a little differently this week, and we're going to just jump into the Monday night game, give our picks, our overall best bets for it, head-to-head matchup picks, and then we're going to come out with another video tomorrow going through the whole entire slate of Sunday games, give you guys all of our dedicated, full-on, just how we actually saw the game with a full day of rest and just being able to reflect on all the games and give our, sound judgment as opposed to feelings and stuff like that that go into how the games go on Sundays. What do you think about that, Al?
I think you're absolutely correct, and obviously we'll go through all our bets. We'll see what hit, what didn't. If you guys watch our videos and you tailed us, you know what did hit, what didn't. If you faded us, then you probably hit on some things, you lost on some things, and but it'll just be fun to go through the slate, kind of see where our mindset is on certain teams going forward, and maybe we missed some things, or maybe we were right on some things. And so that'll all be in tomorrow's video, which will be quite a bit longer, and we didn't want to get into that on Sunday night when we all work the next morning.
Yeah, exactly. So, without further ado, let's start this video off and jump into Jets at Niners.
Come on, baby, dude! I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah.
We had such a good week of games. We had great primetime games: Rams, Lions, Packers, Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens, and then we cap it off with Niners, Jets, which is just an incredible game.
The primetime slate that they had lined up for this week has been phenomenal, and none of the games
And,
have really disappointed.
and it gets better because Thursday night football is what? It's Bills,
Bills and
Dolphins.
Dolphins, yeah.
That's another banger of a game.
It should be, for sure. So, they just keep pumping them out, and as long as they pump them out, we're gonna watch them. So,
And we're gonna bet on them.
we're definitely going to bet on them. We're going to try to win a lot of money on them, too. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Jets traveling to San Francisco, taking them on Monday Night Football. We got the spread set at plus 3.5 for the Jets and minus 3.5 for the Niners. No surprise here, the Niners are favored since they're at home, and they're getting 3.5, so they only think they're a 1.5 better because, you get 2 points for home field advantage. So, what are you thinking here, Al? Which way are you leaning here with this
So
one?
I will say I know you're using FanDuel. I'm using DraftKings. On DraftKings, it's actually 4 points.
Okay, so you're getting an extra half point, okay?
Well, you're getting an extra half point if you're betting on the Jets.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm on the Jets on this one, which may not be a shock to our fans and our viewers, as I am a avid Aaron Rodgers Packers fan.
Mm-hmm.
As far as over under, I may shock you on this one. I'm gonna take the under.
Okay, you're going with the under. Two good defenses, I'm
Yeah.
guessing, is where you're going with that one.
I said it during the recap video for the Jets, but during Robert Saleh's tenure as the head coach, they've averaged allowing 18.5 points a game to their opponents.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my estimation, if you win that game 21-18, you're not even touching 40. So that gives me a 3 to 4.5 point cushion. So I'm comfortable with that. And if Brock Purdy struggles at all because Ayuk didn't practice a lot and he just got signed and Trent Williams hasn't been in camp and he hasn't practiced a bunch, and I expect them to come in and play at their full potential. I just think that defense, and obviously the Jets could struggle to score as well.
Yeah, very true.
Because the Niners defense is really good too. And once again, we're betting these separate. We're not parlaying these. So the Niners could win straight up. I could be wrong, and if the Niners win straight up, the game could be 10 to 17 or 10 to 14.
Yeah.
And so I just think the under makes sense with how good both these defenses are, and we know how good they are.
Yeah, so my only argument there is, let's just say, so obviously, like you said with the defenses, I don't disagree with you on that at all, okay? But we've seen Aaron Rodgers beat a good defense before and score a lot of points on a good defense, right? His time in Green Bay, he's played against good defenses, okay? Especially even San Francisco when they had a good defense. It seems like they've always had a good defense, but I know there were some times that they didn't. But I could see Rodgers picking apart San Francisco because that's who he is. He likes to pick apart defenses. He likes to, find your weakness, exploit it, and that's how he gets his points. That's how he gets the yards, all of that. And he looks great doing it, too. And it looks like, oh, this guy's a genius. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what play that they're running. But then on the flip side of it too, I get that the Jets have a great defense too. But we know what the Niners are. The Niners are a defensive and offensive powerhouse. We don't know if it's going to be the same this year because obviously it's week 1. Every team's different. Every team starts off either slow or hot. Like you never know what you're getting week 1. But I could see this game definitely going to the over, and I like how low the over-under is here at 43.5. And I'm definitely leaning toward the over because I think Rodgers is going to come back with a bang, and I think he's going to be good. I see the Jets scoring more than 20 points on the Niners. And I could also see the Niners, with the amount of firepower that they have, being able to score also over 20 points. So that gives me only an extra 2 points that I need for each team, and I hit the over.
Okay.
I mean, I like that a lot. And then also, I understand what you're saying with the Jets. I think I'm right there with you because, like you were saying with the defenses, like I think it'll be like a 21-21 game going into the, fourth quarter, last couple minutes, 2-minute drive or something like that. One team wins by a field goal. I don't see it being a blowout by any team. And just because, like we said, with the defenses. So I see it being like a 21-24 game, which, that still gives me the over.
Barely,
but it still hits. And then it's only a 3-point game. It's only a 3-point game.
1.5 point cushion.
But 3 points, you take the 3.5 with the Jets. That's the smarter spread to take there because even if you're getting 3.5, and if I think it's only going to be a 3-point game,
DraftKings
I'm doing
you
that.
get +4.
Exactly. Which is still fine because if it's going to be a 3-point game, I'm not taking the Niners because they're not going to win by 4.
Right.
You see what I mean? So the smart play is to take the Jets here for sure from the way that I'm looking at this game and how it's going to go, in my opinion.
So your official picks for the game are
plus 3.5, and then also the over 43.5.
Okay, well we're giving you the +4 because we're taking the best number.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I'll take the +4.
So if you were on the Niners, you'd take -3.5. I'm not going to force you to take the -4.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, we'll do the So we're taking the +4.
You're on the +4, but you're on the over just because you think Rodgers can come out with a fire and score some points, and you think the Niners, we know what they are, they're going to score points as well.
I mean, Saleh can beat all the teams that he wants to, but the Niners are different than most of the teams that they face.
So you don't think Ayuk missing all of training camp and not practicing, just being there in street clothes, and you don't think Trent Williams being gone, and you don't think McCaffrey being questionable for this game hurts Sanford's
I think Trent Williams, since he's such a good offensive lineman, I think he was still practicing on his own. I think him and his trainers,
but I'm talking about the
coaches,
accumulation of it's one thing to be like incredible by yourself. It's another thing entirely to be like incredible with a group of people.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I mean, as far as like the receivers go, like you need this energy obviously, and I don't think that Ayuk's going to be that great this game. But I do think, you still have Deebo Samuel there. You still have George Kittle there. You still have McCaffrey. I still think that they can get 21 points with those 3 weapons right there. So.
Okay.
And I could see possibly even like a defensive touchdown for either team too. I mean, we wouldn't put past these defenses to do that. So the offenses don't even really have to score the points. The defenses could.
To be completely honest, I hope Rodgers comes out. I was talking earlier with some buddies who were over, and I was like, I hope Rodgers comes out and scores 45 points on San Fran, and San Fran scores 12. And at the end of tomorrow morning, we're talking about how incredible the Jets are going to be this year.
Yeah.
And what's wrong? Like the 2 talking points would be, are the Jets Super Bowl bound, and what happened to what's wrong with the Niners?
Yeah,
that would be like perfect. But that being said, I'm still taking the under because I live in reality. So
okay, yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that actually because I mentioned the same thing earlier with the in-laws that I'm with right now.
Oh, really?
And,
really?
Yeah, they were like, it's such a weird week 1 of football, and I was like, week 1's always weird. I was like, it's gonna get even weirder tomorrow when the Jets annihilate the Niners, and everybody's gonna be like, wait, what happened? And it's like, oh, you guys forgot that Rodgers is back. And Garrett Wilson's who we thought he would be with a good quarterback. Breece Hall's amazing. The defense is still stout, and we're gonna be asking like, wait, what happened to the Niners? Like so. But that still just makes me feel even better about the New York Jets and the spread there.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right. With that being said, should we hop into these parlays?
Yep. Let's hop into our 4-pick parlays that we do. We do it for every single primetime game. That's the only ones that we do it for, and then we do pick a couple on Sundays. But it's literally like the four leg same game parlays are what we're doing just for the primetime games. After we give our picks, we didn't give our head-to-head picks.
I thought we'd do that at the end.
Oh, you want to do it at the end? All right, cool. It works for me.
Why not? I think the viewers kind of know where we're going though, because we were both on the +4, so I don't think it's really.
Right? Yeah, exactly. We're doing over and under probably. Okay. I think, yeah. I mean, I'm going with if you're going under, I'm going over for sure. I'll do that with you. But if you're gonna go with
if I take the +4, you're just gonna copy me because you don't want to keep it tied.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because we both agree on that, so let's make it interesting.
Sure, sounds good. Okay, so let's jump into the 4-pick parlays. So we pick 4 picks. We try to get the spreads anywhere between like plus 300 or 400 all the way up to plus 2,000. We're not trying to get wild with it and go crazy high. We're also not trying to make it super low where it's not worth your time.
And I don't think
So
we've made a plus 2,000 yet, if I'm not mistaken.
one of us had a plus. My first one was a plus 1,900, and it almost hit.
Okay.
I missed it by one leg, and it was just Derrick Henry not being able to run. I took him for 70 yards, and he didn't hit. That was the only thing that didn't hit on that thing. But that being said, Matt, why don't you hit me with your parlay? I'll hit you with mine, and then we can jump into the touchdown scores after that.
All right, perfect. Sounds good to me. We're starting off with a bang here. Garrett Wilson anytime touchdown. Got to throw it anytime. I got to throw an anytime touchdown in there. We're going with Garrett Wilson. Gets to finally play with Rodgers. Hopefully, Lord willing, Rodgers doesn't get hurt on like the third or fourth play this year. Hopefully, it's just a great game, no injuries, and it's a great game. If Rodgers is healthy the whole entire game, I would be very shocked if Garrett Wilson doesn't get a touchdown, even though they're playing against the Niners. Moving on from that, we're gonna say, hey, Rodgers, he's throwing a touchdown to Garrett Wilson, right? Let's say he throws a touchdown to Breece Hall too. I got Aaron Rodgers throw over 1.5 touchdowns. I'm taking his over under for touchdowns. We're doing over 1.5 passing.
Passing touchdowns.
For Garrett Wilson, you're getting plus 150, and then for Aaron Rodgers, you're getting plus 108. So they're both two plus money ones that are I really see happening. But, I mean, we'll see. Time will tell. Then we also got George Kittle over 43.5 yards receiving.
Oh, you're just taking this line for over-under.
Well, it's kind of like I'm taking the line for over-under, and we're going over on it. It's just like what you said with Ayuk. I'm kind of playing off that, where Ayuk didn't really get a ton of practice, kind of been, here, there, kind of missed some time. He shouldn't be the focal point of the offense. So I'm thinking that's going to be Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey. So let's get George Kittle involved.
43.5?
Yeah, 43.5 yards. It's minus 113.
Okay.
And then the last one we're taking Breece Hall over 96.5 receiving and rushing yards.
Oh, you're copying me from the last video.
Yeah, from the Sunday video that we did.
How many?
Yeah.
How many?
96.5. We're taking him for 100 yards pretty much. Yeah, but it's receiving and rushing, and what we've already seen is Breece Hall is great in the backfield to catch the ball, and Rodgers likes to dump it off. And I think we're going to see a lot of screen passes. We're going to see a lot of not even screen passes, just dump offs. I think we're going to see that a lot. We're going to see him throwing it to Breece Hall. Maybe not even short. Maybe they're 15 yards downfield. Just he's in stride and just gets to get out in the open field and escape some people. That one's also minus 114, not 113, but minus 114. And total payout for that is plus 924.
Plus 924. Obviously, if you guys have been watching, that's on FanDuel.
It is indeed on FanDuel.
Which has, for this first week of football, they have been a little bit better with the odds for prop bets. We noticed
that. They
have
been, yes.
Early on. All right. I don't hate really any of that. George Kittle for 43.5. My only issue with that is he tends to start slowly. Last year he started slow. He was hurt going into the start of last season, so maybe that factored in. But him and Purdy have a great connection.
Ayuk was healthy last year and and he hasn't been this season. So
Breece Hall's been good every year he's played, and he's never been able to have a good quarterback.
Exactly. Well, let's jump into yours real quick, though.
All right. Quickly, Aaron Rodgers, 200 plus passing yards. It's a minus money play. It's kind of heavy minus money. I think it's minus almost 200. Then I've got Garrett Wilson for 60 plus reception yards, which is like minus 115, minus 120. Then I have Brandon Ayuk for 50 plus reception yards.
Okay.
That one was also right on the cusp where it was minus money. And then my final pick, and this is the one that you may agree with me or disagree with me. I've got Aaron Rodgers over 2.5 rushing yards.
Ooh.
So it's
I don't
one
know
play,
how I feel
pocket
about that.
breaks down, he just skips out, dives, done.
What odds do you get on that?
That's what I'm playing. Oh, frick. I don't remember what the odds on that were. But anyway, this parlay's it was straight because it's an over-under. So it's minus 110.
Okay.
You're taking the under, you're taking the over. So
yeah.
I took it just straight minus 110. The odds for this parlay is plus 485. So it's the lowest one I've thrown in for the channel.
Okay.
And I am the only one on the channel to hit one as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that is on DraftKings. So I don't know what that would look like on FanDuel. You may be able to get better odds, or if you shop Caesars or MGM, you may be able to find better odds on that exact same parlay. But that's the one I threw together for this one. I think Ayuk for 2 catches can pick up 50. And last season, all his catches were either for touchdowns or 20-plus yards.
Yeah.
Which is
it seemed like every single time it was literally just, 30 yards downfield, 40 yards downfield, or, it's another touchdown.
Exactly. He's the speed / route runner guy for that team. Debo can get open, but Ayuk's the real deep threat for that team.
Yeah, for sure.
So for him for 50 plus, if they're able to just break a couple big plays, doesn't seem too crazy to me.
Yeah, no, not at all. I like that a lot, actually. I think that one can hit. We'll see. I'm really hoping that one of yours doesn't hit and mine does, so we can kind of catch up there. But
kind of be even on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I do have that over you until you actually get one that does hit.
Oh no, for sure.
But yours at plus 1,000 almost that's not bad.
No.
And I think Rogers will throw too. I like that. I may bet that one just separate.
I mean, it's not a bad pick at all. I like it a lot. I mean,
right.
Yeah, Rogers, that's what he's known for. He's known for picking apart defenses, kind of like how Brady did. It's like, that's kind of just what they do. They're more so they're just the surgeons. It's the better.
And I think more than anything with this game, I just want to see somebody like Rogers, who is a savant with the game and mentally just knows it all, just play with that good of a defense.
Yeah, exactly, and just see what happens. Because we saw Brady with it every year, and he won the Super Bowl every single year. So maybe this is Rogers' Super Bowl.
A lot of times, right? All right, let's move on to touchdown scores, Matt. What do you like here in this game for TD scores? And then give me the odds you're getting on FanDuel. I'll give you the odds I'm getting DraftKings. I've got 3. I don't know how many you grabbed.
Okay, I grabbed 4. I already talked about one though, and that was Garrett Wilson for a touchdown. So that was plus 150.
Okay, I also have him on my 3. He's plus 140 on DraftKings.
Okay. All right. Yep. The other one that I like, the only person that's actually minus money in this game is McCaffrey, which isn't very surprising. But I like Breece Hall here, plus 135. Just got done talking about him. I think he'll have, near 100 yards, rushing and receiving. Let's throw a touchdown in there too.
You said that was plus 135.
35.
Okay. I also have that same pick.
Nice.
And on DraftKings is plus 110.
Okay, so a little bit better.
So better odds on FanDuel. Better odds on FanDuel, like we've said before. All right, and then your third pick.
I think we might both agree on this one. I got Brandon Ayuk.
Well, you got to take my 3, and now I'm going to talk about touchdown scores.
I mean, I can switch to George Kittle if you want me to, but I feel like you might have George Kittle too.
He's plus 170 on DraftKings.
Ew, Ayuk?
Yeah.
I'm getting at plus 200. So a little bit better odds there. Then my last and final one, I do like this. We've kind of seen a trend with these primetime games that we've seen so far. The teams that have new weapons use the new weapons. They feature the new weapons. We saw it with the Chiefs. We saw it with the Ravens. We saw it with the Giants.
Can I guess who you're going for?
You already know who I'm going for if you think about new weapons. It's the only team that has new weapons.
Okay, go ahead.
We're going with Mr. Injured himself, Mr. Mike Williams at plus 260. He is their deep threat. He is their deep threat. That's just what it is. It's Mike W, dude. They got Garrett Wilson, but G. Wilson, he's the man. He's the guy that's just in the slot, or he's getting 10 yards, 15-yard catches, maybe a 25-er here if he breaks something. But, yeah, Mike Williams, Mr. Injured, he's going to somehow be open on a freaking play for a 70-yard touchdown. That's just what he does. It's a big play or nothing. Like, he's big play or bust, so.
What are the odds on that guy?
260.
260. Okay,
so it's not as high as my
DraftKings get you by 10 on this one. They're 270. But I think that's the only one they got you on. So Garrett Wilson, Ayuk, Breece Hall, I'm in lockstep with you with those. You added in Mike Williams. I honestly don't hate it. With that being said,
are you going with like some reach or something?
No, I only took 3. Those were my only 3.
And that was who? You had Mike Williams too?
I had Breece Hall,
Garrett Wilson, and Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, okay, cool. Look at that. We're lockstep on those ones.
Obviously, we know what Debo's capable of. I just think that the front line for the Jets is the strength of that team. So Debo end arounds, I think, get shut down, and McCaffrey up the middle, I think, gets shut down.
Yeah.
As much as you can shut down somebody like McCaffrey. So I think the most they're going to be. I mean, I don't hate Kittle, but I'm just not going to bet him.
Yeah, no, I get you. Okay, I do have one question for you here when it does come to touchdown scores. Let's kind of go with something that's a little bit more of a reach here, okay? I just want to get your opinion on 2 of these guys. We have Allen Lazard at plus 550. I'm not sure what you're getting over there on DraftKings. What's he at right now?
Exact same number.
550K. And then also New York Jets defense or San Fran defense is at plus 600 for me.
I've got plus 550 on Jets, and I have plus 400 on Niners.
Okay, so plus 550 on Jets, same as Allen Lazard. So I got 600 on each of those. What do you like better there? If you had to pick one, if somebody was like, "Hey, here's $100, just put it on whatever you think is gonna win," which one would you put on? If you had to put it on?
Gun to my Gun to my head, I'm taking Alan Lazard.
Okay, I kind of figured because the connection with Rodgers. I just wanted to run that by you and ask because I think
I
that's
don't even
actually not a
know.
bad play either with Alan Lazard there plus 550. We kind of give
I
I
think
try to give a reach every time that we do these touchdown scores.
I don't trust it enough to bet it, and I wouldn't bet it. But if I was gonna have to bet one of those three, I'm definitely on Lazard.
Okay.
I think there's gonna be so much attention on Garrett Wilson for one, especially if Rodgers starts to deal kind of early and he's
Mhm.
just finding guys. You're gonna have freaking Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams are gonna be shadow covered, and then you've got Tyler Conklin, their tight end.
Yeah.
He's gonna be playing.
Mhm.
And Rodgers will throw his way. And then also you got Brees Hall who can catch the balls coming. So there's so much going on. You throw Alan Lazard in for a play, maybe he sneaks around behind somebody
Yeah.
wide open. Like I just think.
Mhm.
Whereas I'm not sure. Like we don't. Purdy isn't known to make a ton of mistakes,
No, he's not.
and Rodgers is. I'm not betting on Rodgers to throw a pick six or Rodgers to fumble six. Like
That's fair. I mean, I was just thinking, yeah, like a fumble here or there, or maybe it's a kick return for a touchdown or something like that.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm. But yeah, other than that, I mean, anything else you want to throw in there? Any other
Well,
bets you like or sneaky
I've
props
got.
or anything?
I got nothing else. We just got to jump in, give our head to heads, and then we can bounce on out of here and
I think
get
we
ready
already
for this
talked about
game.
it, but we can go over it again. I'm taking the over on the Jets. And the
Over
Niners, I'm going
on the
over on the
Jets.
score. 43 and a
Over
half.
43.5. And we have the same number, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
43 and a half.
And then I'm on the opposite side. I'm taking the under.
Yep. And then
And we are
we'll
tied
have,
going into
yeah.
this game. So whoever wins this will have the lead after week one.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, everybody, thank you for tuning in to this episode. And, let's have a great game. Jets, Niners. Let's not have a super boring game. Let's have a very competitive game, not a 7-10 victory for the Jets. Like let's get
Correct.
some points. Have some touchdowns, bet safe, protect the bag, and ultimately beat the book. Till next
Beat the
time,
book.
we'll catch you guys in the next video.